Welcome to this demonstration of data loss prevention feature in Office 365. For this to be possible, an institute must do preparation work, which involves understanding the information classification, the type of information they have in stock. It also involves understanding who is who in the organizations, individuals and groups, and what they can do with different type of information. Mapping and matching these two allows the institution to produce the policies which can then be implemented in Office 365. In this demonstration, let's take the experience of an end user who is in an institution where such controls are already in place. For purpose of this demonstration, I will take persona of the researcher who's collaborating with the external party and exchanging a research article number. As soon as the researcher types in, he gets a policy exception from the Office 365 system saying that this information has triggered an information classification exception, as such information cannot be sent out to the external party. To learn more, the researcher checks out the policy tip and learns that the embedded string of the research article is very similar to Singapore NRIC number. Hence, he cannot send it out to the external party. If he wishes to learn more, he can actually go to the organization rules which are described at a website shown here, and it shows that this is restricted information. This website can be used by the institute to educate the users online, help them understand what's going on, and also remedy the situation so they can move forward with their work. Now wait a minute, the researcher thinks maybe I can take care of this information by instead of putting it into the mail body, actually embedding a file. As the researcher does so, the system does a deep content analysis and is able to detect the same string inside the file. And again, if the researcher still insists and goes ahead and force sends the mail, the system actually prevents him from sending such a mail and also sends an alarm message to the competent authority. Now wait a minute. While the researcher is doing so, he realizes that actually mistake was his. This article should actually have 8 digits or not 7 digits. So as soon as he corrects his mistake, the exception is cleared and he is able to send out the information to the collaborating external party. Let us experience another example faced by this researcher. This researcher also has to share his trip number with the internal staff to be entered in the system for reference purposes. So he sends it internally, and as soon as this information is shared internally, Office 365 again shares a policy exception. This time, the data classification policies have detected something again in the message that cannot be sent. Upon closer examination, the researcher learns that this trip reference number is very similar to a credit card number, and according to the institutional policies which can be kicked off from this link here and seen in detail, this is not permitted to be sent out. This time the researcher is very sure this is a false positive and is about to report it to the competent authority, but then he remembers that again it's a mistake and he should not be sending this to external party, to a internal member. The message goes away, but it reappears, and this time with a difference where it permits the researcher to actually enter an exception, and he does so. This is a trip reference number override, and the researcher promptly gets a message that this message can be sent, but intimation will be sent to competent authority for decision on it at a later time. Now once this is done, the researcher can send the message and carry on with the work. Here is the message that has gone to the competent authority, clearly indicating that the override was triggered based upon the similarity between the credit card number and the trip reference number. This can thus be used by the institution to shape and change policies as more information and knowledge becomes available about how the processes and systems are operating and what information is being exchanged. So we saw in this demonstration how the data loss prevention controls that were in place were able to prevent the leakage of information where it should not have happened. We also saw that how the end user could be self-educated in real time. This is very critical and crucial for an education setting where the largest population of the end user, which is the students, are moving. A whole fresh batch joins every year, and similarly, every year a batch graduates out. Rather than spending time on learning the IT systems and how to use them, we would like them to spend their time on the courses of their choice. Thank you for watching this demonstration.